So this is Mckinsey. This bass, as well as this bass, are the new Nordstrand NJ5HL. This was designed actually to be kind of the supreme player's instrument. Kerry's original idea was to do a Grand Prix sports car, something that was very fast, very articulate, powerful bottom end, and light, balancing, extremely ergonomically designed, and on top of everything else, the instrument is actually small enough that it'll fit in a gig bag for a guitar, which is very cool. So, some of the specs. Generally speaking, these two are a little more boutique than the basic model. These have fancy tops. In this case, I also have wooden pickup covers, made by our own Devin Klein, who also made this acrylic jack end. He also does knobs and all kinds of stuff. He's really, really brilliant. But base specs. Scale length is 33.5 as opposed to 34. This means that the neck is very quick. It's also got a very, very fast shape. It's very comfortable to play. But because it's short, you keep the articulation. But as you get to the low end, the shorter scale actually thickens up the sound. If you listen to something like a Mustang bass, the bottom end is massive, 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 massive. So this has a slightly shorter scale, so the bottom end is nice and juicy. This one has a roasted poplar body, a one-piece, one-guy neck. The one-piece neck is actually a standard feature on all the HL line, which also adds both articulation and fullness to the sound. The instruments have banjo frets, which are a little smaller than jumbo frets, again, for the sake of playability, comfort. Generally speaking, the pickups in these are the big singles. The bass has a 2-band EQ. It's got a 2-band active system. So the setup is, again, designed for a working player. You've got volume, volume, tone, treble bass, active, passive. There's a slight difference in sound between active and passive. What you've heard so far is the active. Everything flat, right? And passive is similar, but a little bit different. You'll hear it mostly in the highs. Just a little more crispness when you've got the active system engaged. Subtle difference, but it's there. As I say, it's a very quick instrument. It's one of the fastest neck shapes I've ever put my hands on. The other bass that we've got here, these are both available. No, actually, I'm not sure if they're both available. I think one's been purchased. The other has slightly different specs in terms of wood. Swamp ash body, one-piece maple neck, standard big splits, or big singles rather. These are in the traditional coverage, so you've got the exposed pole, so this means there's a little more output on this. It's a little bit hotter. Because you've got the closed covers on that, there's a little more distance between the strings and the pickup itself. This one's not set flat at the moment, so give me a second to get it back. So if this is flat active, a little snappier, that traditional ash maple sound. The top on this is a spalted maple. Is it a spalt? It's a little bit spalty. This is actually a submerged redwood. Doesn't look like it, but it's redwood. Very unusual as far as the sound goes. Prices on these instruments start at $3,000. Depending on the specs, they go up. But I've now played, I think, about 6 of these things. They are consistently excellent sounding. Beautiful playing instruments. For someone like me, it's a very, very cool instrument because aside from the portability and the fact that it's a great player, the sound of this works really beautifully in a band context. It works great as a recording instrument, but I could also use this if I was to take it out and do a solo show. The articulation at both ends of the neck is very, very nice. I mean, even up here, this one sounds a little warmer when you go to passive, which I like a lot. But I could use this absolutely as a solo instrument. It's beautifully articulate. Still very warm. But, I mean, if you were to take this out and, throw it into a band situation, behind the camera, this is Mckinsey.